Good morning, everyone. I want to thank first the organization for hosting us in this virtual space and all the attendees who are following. My name is Salvatore Polverino, member of the Order of Architects of Napoli. My background consists of built engineering in conjunction with two specializations in harbors and GIS science. Between December and January 2020, I was interrogated at Trieste Port for a closed hiring. After this job interview, I continued my visiting to Austria and Slovenia by train in order to observe the environment according with my knowledge that was acquired for this institutional test. In that occasion, I decided to write down an article that could support any research on the subject of harbors, in particular for the development of the Trans-European Transport Network. The backed up informations were plenty, and due to the historical moment of COVID-19 SARS and to the conclusion the same year of the Interreg Italy-Slovenia, I thought that uh, it, it was convenient to write down an article on this competition. Trieste Copper Ports have aimed to build a secondary track system to fulfill the European Sustainability Plan and to adhere to the Silk Road model. The research started with the gathering of articles written by the Professor Buffon, whose articles described the upper Adriatic region several years ago. I said before, the economy of 2020 changed the prices and volumes so that at the end I compared the prices of different services offered by the two ports. The cross-border Adriatic macro region was gradually modeled after the ruins of the Second World War with the clearance of the United Nations of Trieste as independent state by the splitting in two zones, Zone A under the protectorate of Anglo-American forces, Zone B under the control of the Yugoslavian army. Accordingly, the port of Trieste benefited of the Annex 8 as a custom-free port obtained during the Treaty of Paris. The Memorandum of Understanding of London was indeed crucial. It granted to Koper the activation of a Yugoslav Foreign Affairs Cabin called the Informal Bureau in order to get independence from the original Moscow Bureau. The Treaty of Osimo, which declared the renunciation of Italian sovereignty over Zambia and the Trieste Common Market, giving Belgrade full advantage of expansion of copper. Their border areas were not solved despite of the institution of a new interstate treaty in 1976, a mixed Italian-Yugoslav Chamber of Commerce, a joint committee for water economy uses and regimes regulation, a first loan of 25 million ECU pre-euro currency, the Alps Adriatic Working Community and the diplomatic effort of President Markovic to transform the Alps Adriatic Forum into the FARE in 1980. The conversion was gradually established and undermined the financial stability before the common foreign and security policy in 1992. The relationship between Tristic and Copper can be resumed as follows. The Petersburg tasks that garrisoned the Adriatic Sea, because Slovenia was penalized under a trade embargo, finally resolved with the Treaty of Amsterdam and Lisbon. The Rambouillet Agreement, which also interested the cabin of direction of Slovenia as part of the Yugoslavia bloc under the International Monetary Fund. The free trade granted by PSA for Western Balkans due to their likelihood with Central European countries, the 2000 community assistance for reconstruction with the designation of a three borders region, a modern diplomacy framework started in early 2006, CART, that it was confirmed with the conversion of the Alps Adriatic Working Community into the Adriatic Union Euro region, the doubling of the existing railroad between Divaka and Koper, and the unwillingness to link directly Divaka with Trieste. Despite of the same railway voltage, the national efforts were afterwards addressed to a series of infrastructures as follows. Finally, a six-year Interreg program Italy-Slovenia to achieve a smart, sustainable and inclusive growth, and the independent and national answers to COVID-19 agent. The 10th aims to link secondary industrial districts with the core system and beyond the peri-urban zoning. The border communities interested indeed the Zaule industrial district of Trieste that was penalized by an antiquated electrified railway. The closest ground runway is the Tarvisio Tunnel A23 with Austria. Quantitative output here is clearly visible. The two ports offer a different strategy. The Slovenian counterpart is able to offer cheaper alternatives within the same range of services that are merely convenient than the Italian tariffs. Vessel companies prefer, however, the free port regime of Trieste, thanks to its infrastructures and port dues, in particular for building materials, minerals, and oils. The annex has reduced Trieste costs of many container operations as follows, in particular for the transshipment. Among the handling of are the containers operations. We have an exception. It regards the refrigerant service. This is more convenient at Koper. The custom fees are, as said before, also embedded to the annex report condition. The gateways of Koper are interested by the cross-border community of Gorizia and Nova Gorizia for Slovenia. Special in industrial and economic zone. The Tarvisio Tunnel. The Caravan Tunnel that I crossed by train, and I experienced an obsolescence. In fact, for Caravanche and the Tarvisio tunnels, the trains have to stop, and they need to be trained by diesel locomotives and waiting for the new convoys. Likewise happens for the Maribor junction, because the Austrian railway system requires different voltage. For Ljubljana, we have many bottlenecks. They are undermined by the difficult conjunction between Divaka and Ljubljana, and and they support the industrial district of the capital and the largest shopping center of Europe. This infrastructure it continues, however, with the projection hottest junction with Croatia. And finally, here we are confirmed that the Divac Copper part of the 2TDK in double infrastructure railway is undermined by many issues. The geomorphology requires attention. The BIM definition plan is time by time supported and confronted with many difficulties. From our financial point of view, we conclude that despite of the crude oil drop and hyperinflation of products that might happen a few times, the mutual European plans finally are converging into the common CEF TENT network, capable of cutting off the 60% of bottlenecks as part of the corridor T. Thank you very much for your attention, and goodbye.